Wink.
Good evening. This is SNN. There's no way for you to know that I saw it. And
I know,
the
right?
Sorcerer News Network is not even remotely close. I can thumbs up back. Around the clock, Star Wars, nope. Disney Sorcerer's Arena, news, reactions, reviews, theorycrafting, and more. Source. I'm Faith84, your host. Today, joined by my two distinguished co-hosts, Sir Georges. Welcome back.
Thank you, Faye.
And the wonderful Felix Sarah. It's good to have you on.
Hi, friends.
Hello. We're back to talk about the wonderful world of Disney since it's shut down. You can't go to the theme parks. This is as good as it gets. As always, we'll start the show with your SNN headline news. Today we have, is this actually true? I need to make sure we have 4 headlines. Yeah, stays with it. 4 headlines. Sometimes don't change it. Number 1. The Zurg event is going on right now.
Yeah.
How does everyone feel about it? I'm a little let down. Let's start with you, Sir G. Fill us in on the Zurg.
I'm happy with the Zurg event. I am not sure if it's worse or better. It's not better, but I'm not sure if it's worse than any of the other events. So the thing with the other events is there's 3 characters that are part of it. So first book, you should be able to unlock that first character. Second book, probably be by the end you can unlock them, but then you normally don't unlock the third. But you're still happy about the event because you've gotten 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
This event, there's only 1 character. So it's more of a, splash of cold water in the face that you're not getting Zurg the first time around. As a free-to-play player, don't expect you to get any new unlock, no matter how high you've built up your downtown villains. So that's a little bit of a letdown. I think I do like the packs, the chest tokens for the Queen's Clash better, because getting 5 tokens of a downtown villain is more than you ever got in those other ones, where it's just 1 or 2, right?
But so there's a lot of the, especially the last ones, you'd get 10,000 per temp, and you only get 2,500.
That's a good point.
So that's my biggest. I'm not even remotely close to Zurg. I have like 25 or something because I keep getting 2 shards, and you can only get 1 a day. Whereas the other ones you could do 3 of the, like if you did a refresh when you're at the 10,000, you would get 3 whole packs a day.
Really? You'd get 10,000?
Yep.
Huh. Okay.
For Bo Peep and those ones.
In that case, it's much worse. And you just reminded me that in the other ones, you normally get 7, 8 shards of the new character.
Yeah.
But you only get 2 to 4 or something.
Yeah.
For Zurg.
And they're harder to get. So that the 2 is a real swift kick to the backside, and I get it all the time.
I got 3 the other day, and I was like, "Oh, 3."
that's how you do it enough time, and then 3 seems really good, doesn't it?
And I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Which makes me wonder, why is there no consistency? Because like this event, you get 3 attempts, whereas all the other ones have just been 2.
Right. So I mean, but that they dropped the other by 4 and only by 4 times, and only increased the attempt by 1 and stuff like that. So.
And Onward is coming back.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited for that.
Me too. But you can see from the Onward one, the first event that arrived, how you got much more gear for each level. I think 1 more piece of gear at every level. And it seems like it's so different from the Zurg one that we're doing now. So are they going to have one that they stick to, or is every time going to be different?
Yep.
I'm wondering if I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. Obviously, the Zurg event is different, and I'm wondering if it's like a marquee versus a legendary in Star Wars.
I thought the same too. Like he's clearly, I think, the best of the bunch, but then they also they've released the 80 shard pack for $50 on everyone. I thought his would be more.
Right.
So he makes more sense to spend money on relative to the other ones with that 1 pack.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I thought. Like maybe he's better, so they're trying to get people to.
Yeah, so I'm thinking it's like a different event type, but it's not really clarified as a different event type.
Yeah, it'll be hard to know when they're bringing in the next one, so how much you're going to get and not, and then what Queen of Hearts?
Yeah,
what did you have to do with Zurg?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
I was like, this is weird.
I think this is from early in their development, where they quickly realized, we shouldn't do things that make no sense. But they aren't going to redo the whole event. They're just going to take that experience and put it in
go with that. I mean, like they use that as the. Oh wait, she's not even a downtown anything, is she? I was like, at least they used a downtown village.
Makes
She's
zero
not even remotely
whatsoever.
close to that.
There's no sense whatsoever. Like before I realized it was a Zurg event, when I had just seen the name that it was coming, and I was like, cool, Alice in Wonderland event. Like,
right, yeah.
That was my immediate, like, yeah. Anyway. I definitely like the events that have books more.
Because you make progression. You feel like you're getting so...
Right, yep. I totally agree with that as a part of it, too. Progression is nice. And not that you're not, like, certainly I have more Zurg shards than I did before, and I didn't spend any money. Like, I'm making progress. But the other ones, they tempted me to spend $10 a couple times. Because I was $10 got me like 3 characters basically unlocked that I wouldn't have otherwise, where this was not even remotely close to that. For those. And I also think the other thing about Zurg is from playing against him in arena, I have no problems whatsoever with a 4-star or a 5-star Zurg. He's 2 glass cannon. But then I went up against like a 7-star one, and it was straight face smashing. I mean, not that most 7-stars don't do that to me, but it was that event took like 4 seconds. I was like, oh boy, okay, that's not happening. So that's the other, like, if you're gonna, then I thought like, maybe the $50 pack. Not that I've done that before and I don't plan on it, but but at 4 stars, he's still not fantastic because he just doesn't have enough health to survive if people go right at him relative to others, at least where I'm at for stuff. So had that put on there. I did since brought that up with I was curious how they were going to do it. They did it the way I assumed they would do it. I don't know if you guys thought it'd be any different, but like when they do the onward event again, you basically start where you left off last time. So if you used up all of the stuff in one tier, those things don't reset for next time. You kind of have to get up to the next tier to have that be useful. I figured that was the way it would be. I was kind of a little bit fingers like maybe they'll reset some of those that you can still earn. No, that's not how they do it. I should know where to set my expectations.
Because then theoretically, you wouldn't if you were just patient enough, you wouldn't have to put any work in. Which I'm like, I totally get it. That's a trade-off that I think is, if you sure you don't have to get all your characters up to 6-star to do it, but you got to wait another 3 months because you got to do it through these events. Like that's a way to do it to me. I don't think it's unreasonable to do it that way.
But they reset the tokens, the bank of tokens that you're allowed to pull from with each tier.
No, I don't think they did. Mine don't.
No, they do. They do.
Really?
Yeah.
They do?
Hold on. I need to clarify this because I thought I looked at it and they didn't reset said bank. Where did you see this information, sir? See, I said your name with derision there because I don't believe you.
I asked the beta players on the Discord, and that's the way it worked for something that came back around. That's the way it worked.
Got it. Hold on, I'm almost there. Path of Peril, enter. Pixie dust to your party. So on like the second one of the barley one, I only have 6 tokens left remaining.
Oh.
And I think it was like 25 before or something.
Yeah.
Same with Ian. No, Ian's different. You only earn. There is no limit to how much you can earn. You just get so many per time. But for barley, you only get like on level 2, right? I can only get 6 more at level 2, and then I have to go to level 3, or I get 0 more.
Okay, did you reach Manticore last time?
Yes, I did the first 2, and I have 20,000 left in each.
Interesting.
So that's
I really thought somebody in beta said that they did reset. I'm pretty sure in the Discord. Because if they don't, then that is a big dent in.
Yeah, I'm from what I'm looking at. Mine looked like they certainly did not reset.
Mine looked like they also did not reset.
Oh. That changes everything.
It does. Unfortunate, but
so that means for Queen's Clash,
right, next time you're gonna have to get them all to the 5 if you want to even really continue whatsoever, let alone.
So that means. Well, okay, wait a second. I think. No, I guess if they didn't reset for the new Path of Peril, if the coins didn't, then I guess they won't for Queen's Clash either.
Right, that's what I'm. Yeah, those coins are there.
But,
right.
So then, depending on your luck of how many tokens drop for the legendary character you're trying to get, Zurg or Manticore, you might have to go double back and do like the early ones if you skipped them because you didn't need to. You had the requirements to go higher and higher.
Right.
You could go back to the first ones that you didn't use up all of.
But that's weird to think of having to go back to the first one because you.
It does. I'm going to have to do that already in the Queen's Clash one. Like I'll be done with the tier 4 ones before the event's over. So then I'll go to tier 3, I guess.
That's a shame.
It is. Yeah, and another one, Yonks on our live stream here says he has like 520,000 coins left for the Onward, and I have 560,000 left. So he must have used 40,000 more than I did last time. So definitely different numbers on there. So yeah, if you want those, got to keep working on the ones that have the limits. Again, some of them like Ian, the first levels will always just continue, but the other ones have. They got them caps. I don't like them caps.
Me neither.
I don't like them caps. All right. They did have a couple updates, which are really kind of confusing. We'll try to give you a little more insight from stuff we picked up. So last week, they improved character filtering, which I didn't look at much. Auto-equip some required characters. So when you need them for an event, they will be automatically equipped. I don't like that one bit.
You know?
What does that mean? Does that mean like if I enter an event,
right,
that they'll just equip gear I don't want?
No, not gear.
No,
characters.
No. Like in your squad makeup, if you need.
I was like, this is the worst. That is a good one. I like that.
Yeah, I was like, why don't you like? It's like if you need Ian.
It's only an improvement.
Got it.
Yeah,
okay. What said auto-equip required characters? That makes more sense. Like I thought the characters were being equipped, not like you are equipped.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Maybe they should have said, like,
so that's why we listen to the show. Help out the dumb people like me.
Auto select your required character.
Yes, that makes right. Equip to me is a very specific thing in the game.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sarah. You let them know that.
You're welcome.
Find flow improvement. So pushing the find button will now give you more results for the item you're looking at. A thumbs down for me.
Thumbs down.
I despise them putting the like, ooh, this is inside the ultimate token when you have to like scroll down to get to where you actually want to farm them from. But no, thank you. For real this time. That one I know for sure.
Yes. That one definitely was for them, not for the players. Because now when you go to find...
Correct.
it shows all the packs first.
Yep.
Like $30, $20, $15. Then you got the node where you can try and slowly farm them. And then more, spend these gems, spend these gems, spend these gems.
Yep.
I don't want to spend my gem.
It's hard to filter through and even find the node you wanted to farm them from now.
It is, and it was just so easy before. So did not like that one. Spells have an affinity category now.
Yes.
Which I think I like, and I want them to have some synergy and nerf them with some and make them more powerful with others in a way. I'm all for that.
So it's good that they added an affinity. They need to also add a category like film. Because I think Toy Story Bucket of Soldiers gets a bonus from Bo Peep's lead.
Yep.
But, without knowing that it's Toy Story, without having the category say...
Wait, does it though?
I think it does.
Does it get a bonus? I mean, it says it, and I assumed it does, but does it actually?
I fought somebody in Arena, and their soldiers was hitting like about 1,000, and they weren't... This was back when I was... And they were both... They and I were in the like early 40s.
Right.
So it shouldn't have been that powerful.
Got it. Good to know. Because I have used her, and I used them thinking like she'll get the 20% bonus. So I didn't think to actually like see was it 20% higher.
What do you think of the logos that go with each category?
Each affinity?
Yeah, each
I don't know what you're talking about. There's logos?
Yeah.
Are those new?
The mythical is a dragon. Since they added... Oh, okay, yes, these are new. Since they added it to spells.
Oh, yeah. The wilds look like a little leaf and stuff.
Yeah, it's cool.
I have seen that. Those are cool. Kingdom and what's mythical? A dragon, you say?
Yeah.
I should maybe get another mythical. That's a good one. It looks very Game of Thrones.
It does.
The mythical one in particular. Which count me in. Those are good. If you get duplicate outfit tokens, you'll go to the token exchange. A hint, don't buy outfit tokens if you already have it unlocked, because well, I guess maybe We Are Whales would like that's an additional pack that has some shards in it. So I get it now. I get it.
Yeah.
But goes to the token exchange, duplicate emotes and talismans, you get gold. They updated the event panel UI, which again, I'm not a fan of because there's more clicks to learn stuff that you want to know. So when you go to the event now, instead of having them all there, you have to like click the bottom to see like required characters and ones that are on there. Whereas before it was kind of all on that one little panel.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's true.
It's less sure about as well. So a lot of like, these are all in theory, some good quality of life stuff. I like that they're doing these. I personally, at least 2 of them have found less than quality.
Right. I'm not sure if the event is better or worse. It's different than what we have come to expect.
Correct. That's
I don't like the change.
It's more clicks. That part for sure, which I'm not. I get it being maybe not as busy on one screen.
Yeah.
So I understand the cleanliness of it, but sometimes it's just easier to see it all at once.
Yeah. So I like the way the new cards look for, Queen's Clash, Path of Peril. These look cool. Yep. But the challenge is, it is so much harder to know which ones I still
that's
need
another
to
one
complete.
they did. Good point.
Yeah.
It doesn't show how many attempts you've done for the day just from the main screen.
It does. Oh no, not on the main screen.
Right.
Screen.
So you have to click on each one. On Sunday, that was hard.
And it's very small in the bottom because at first I was like, "Where are my attempts?" And it's like,
I want it to be vertical again. I don't like it horizontal, sideways. It's like they tried to make it
playing the game for like a month or a month and a half, and it's like, come on, don't do that.
Put it back.
If it's not like a clear improvement, then it's
right.
Yeah.
Don't change what I know. Yeah, I hear They did, and this one was really confusing to me. We did get a little bit of clarification. I'm curious on some other ones. There is improved PvP arena and Sorcerer's tournament catch-up system, and not, like put on fries ketchup, but catch up.
Catch up.
I say catch. The real way to say it. Anyway, that's like, what does that mean? I didn't know if if that meant rubber banding. So for those who don't know, like in Mario Kart, if you're in last place, you actually get a slight speed bonus. They don't tell you about it, but it helps catch up so that races are more competitive. And I thought, I don't want that at all in this. That has no business in a.
I don't understand
how would that work.
An RNG type game, right?
This isn't alive. Yeah.
In that situation, they'd hit a little bit there, your speed would go up a little bit if you were down. You would do it, but I just didn't get it. But it seems to be so. Someone in our club reached out about they just couldn't do a battle again against anybody, and at least if you're in 200s or lower, now when someone hits you, they can't hit you again or someone else can't hit you again for 2 hours.
200s or higher? You mean 300,
yes,
400?
Correct. And so I assume there's something for under 200 as well. We just don't know what it is. And the theory behind it makes sense to me. You can't be chained basically from 240 all the way to 370 in 2 hours. You can't drop so fast. But on the flip side of it, it also means you can't climb all that fast. And if you're waiting to get I got my last battle and I want to get under the next payout, but that person has been battled in the last 2 hours. You have to wait 2 hours.
You can't.
That's a long time.
I like it.
Yeah.
So Sir G, as you fan, 2 hours, count you in?
I'm a fan, especially since it's just above 200.
What should the number be under that? If you're in the 50s, should there be one? Where you have a lot less choice of who you're hitting. Or in top 20, you can only move 3 spots. So if one of those is gone for 2 hours, that's kind of a.
What if they? I don't know. I was gonna say, what if they made it where within 2 hours of your payout, then you can jump freely and not have to worry about the number of times people have been beaten. But
yeah, I mean,
maybe that would take away from the being able to play when you want. But arena, that's not what you can't. Or tournament, you can't do that. You can't play when you want. You have to play that hour.
Right. There's some part of that to certainly be said.
Yeah, I don't know. I like it above 200 because you don't want to have to get beaten so far back. I think their system of only letting you climb so many spaces and not being able to do more than 6 attempts a day, no matter what, that's helpful.
I agree.
But I don't know that it's a big issue right now.
I think that's part of the reason why you would have to implement something like that, because you're not because then you will get the situations where you could get chained all the way back and you can only do 6 attempts. So you're kind of fighting an uphill battle if you end up getting chained and then you do your 6 attempts and then let's say you get chained again and you're back even further, right? It kind of makes sense for that. But then now I'm curious, what is it in the other ranks, in the other areas?
Or if there is one at all.
I think that needs to be made transparent because
right, but those are important.
Those are
in
things
the
you should
scope
know.
of the game. Just saying catch-up system in quotations should have a little more importance and should be explained out. I would say so. Interesting. I like some of the theories behind it. There's a little bit of we'll see how it plays out. And then the last one that I had for that, in all game modes, when you click auto battle, the units will use abilities first instead of using basics, which is kind of annoying beforehand. That's the way it probably should be. And opponents and sorcerers tournament and club conquest will follow the same rules, that also means it's a little bit harder on offense.
Yeah.
Like you can't rely on the dumb AI never using Shan Yu's like specials.
Mm-hmm.
You got to actually put up with a real character doing their real thing. So
that was how I could tell when people were autoing their PvPs.
Right? They would just keep hitting you with basics.
I was like, okay.
Now you can just tell because it goes really fast for.
I'm glad they added it. I don't think that they added it to non-player versus player areas. Because I've gone back into, the challenges or the club conquest.
Club conquest, they said they did those ones.
It doesn't
and
seem
Sorcerer's
like it.
Tournament. That could be.
Like I can still just read, or the Tower of Endurance. Maybe that was the
Tower
one.
didn't. Yeah, Tower they didn't, and challenges they didn't.
I can go back and try for RNG
battles.
again. Yeah.
Which those I'm all for not being good. There's no benefit to me in that at all.
We were mentioning how we wish they would explain where this stuff happens. They do. You just have to find it. So in game, if you go to your settings and then customer care, I just thought of it. They have a help section for every single part of the game to explain, kind of like a user guide. And
this is new to me.
Where is it?
Go to settings and then click on customer care.
Okay, I'm there. Everyone at home, follow the same if this is new to you.
And then if you go to Sorcerer's Tournament, it has a "Why can't I attack certain players?" question.
Oh, there you go.
And it'll say there's a 2-hour cooldown on being attacked if you're below rank 200. This is a defensive cooldown. If someone else tries to attack you while you're on a defensive cooldown, they will see the message, "This opponent is currently engaged in a battle. Please select."
Got it. In the top 10, you get Hades tokens? Huh, that's new to me.
That's from beta.
So they just haven't removed that?
Correct.
Oh. So, that's real helpful.
You can say no. That's not helpful.
But that's okay. That's good to know. But that should be that was hard to find. Or that's a very specific thing that they had in there. And it looked like it was just under 200. The other ones could certainly have been more than that. And then they released some stuff today. This one, I'm curious what you two think on. Update as well. A gear node adjustment. To me, playing Star Wars version of this game, a red flag. This is not going to go well for us.
Yeah.
Removed the secondary gear piece from nodes and increased the primary piece drop rate. So in anything above 4D in heroes and 3G in villains, you could there'd be 2 things in there, which is nice. Now they will only drop one type of gear. So cutting that in half, but they increased the drop rates of the one you actually want. So, which would be why you're in that node. You typically don't always want the 2 of them equally, but I try to find one that I need them both of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too.
So they almost certainly didn't increase the drop rate of the one as much as the other one was dropped off of. One would think. Am I being too pessimistic, Sarah?
What was the increase in the drop rate? That's my question.
Right. That's what I can't imagine it's as high as what they took away from the other.
Right. Is it a 1% increase? Is it a 10%?
It's more than a 1%.
But you know what I mean? That's the
I know what you mean.
There. What's the trade-off?
I'm going to say 10%. Sorry.
You're good. I'm all for it because I don't think I ever got the second gear piece. Whenever I tried farming gear, I never got both. I never got 2 at the same time.
One certainly seemed higher than the other.
Most of the time, I got neither. So
yeah, right.
If I can go from a 30 or a 20% chance to a 30% chance of one gear piece, that seems better to me.
Well, we'll see. That's one of the.
We'll see.
I'm not so like I would say they were both like one of them was 20 and one was 30-ish.
Right.
Would have been my guess at where those drop rates are at. And I doubt, like, let's say they drop the 20% one. I don't think they increase the other one to 50. I think they maybe increase that one to 35 or 40.
Right. And at the end of the day, now instead of using energy on one node to get two pieces, you're gonna have to split your energy use if you're theoretically farming both of those pieces.
Correct. Right.
Like,
It's hard to find the ones that you need, like, exactly these are the ones, because they didn't seem to get them all together. But
see, I never got the gear from it. I don't notice a change because it was so bad.
It was. I would like those to be higher, obviously, but
this
they
hasn't
seem
changed
particularly
yet.
low. Correct. Well, sometime today, I believe they typically do it, and then like late at night. So it might have happened now, but the last time I played it hadn't.
Okay.
It had not. So then Onward event is coming. You can see in game and play it tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, maybe someday soon. In the next Passholder season, they reduced the gold and gamma, boo, and added an ultimate chest, grand, and club currency. Meh. We need those gammas.
I like it.
You are liking all these things.
I would much rather have the
ultimate chest than the ultimate gammas.
Chest. Getting that
these are
after
like
winning
20 gammas.
A club conquest is one of the highlights of the week. In this
it's kind of there. Except when you get freaking Tinkerbell again. Man, quit giving me Tinkerbell stuff.
Stop hating.
That's not the highlight of my week when I get 8 Tinkerbell shards.
True.
I will
so
say
bad.
I am disappointed they reduced the gold because the gold crunch in this game is crazy.
Now, is it that is true? Is this for the free?
I think it's just it's just for the people that be paying for it, because you don't get any gammas in the other ones.
Right.
I don't know.
Maybe they reduced the gold on the free side too, though.
Either way, like the gold crunch is insane.
It exists.
It is a thing.
Don't buy gear, is what I would say.
Yeah.
Even if you want to.
I buy all the gear.
With gold?
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
What are you doing? Okay, all right.
No. I buy.
Like, how can you even buy anything?
I buy the tier 2 pieces.
I have before, and now have totally stopped.
No gear buying.
I spend it all. I'm doing it right now.
What?
I spend all my gold on these tier 2.
I could not upgrade Aladdin last week because I did not have the gold to promote him to the next star level. I was like, this is...
Did you hear that, Sergi? Aladdin. Classic, awesome character.
Could not do it. No gold. Which is...
No gold
insane,
for you.
Which is actually kind of ironic when you think about it. But...
You know why that is, don't you? Because you've neglected your downtown. You could do well in the Sorcerer's trial that's coming up. Because that was also in the update, official news, whatever.
Way to jump the gun, but yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
How are my downtown villains? Oh yeah, they're pretty neglected.
The Zurg ones.
Because they have been my focus instead of the annoying kingdom losers. So last time that event came around, I got something like 500,000 gold. Oh yeah. It's a big payday for me. And that's each day. It's a 2-day thing or something like that.
Oh man. I gotta get work on my downtown villains. I don't want to work on my downtown villains.
Right? Those are the least fun villains.
They're the best villains. What are you talking about?
No. I mean like in canon and stuff. You know what I mean? Like
they're the best villains. What are you talking about? Big Bad Wolf?
Big Bad Wolf is cool in game, but have I thought of Big Bad Wolf more than 2 seconds in the last 25 years?
No.
Like I knew he kind of existed, maybe.
That's true.
And that's about the.
Oh man!
But that's one of the things I like. Again,
That is.
Positivity.
I totally agree. And Big Bad in the game, I highly enjoy him. Someone else in I thought this was a good comment. Like Club was like, "Are you gonna buy the pig like outfit for Wolf?" Which I think I mentioned before. I think that's a cool idea and outfit. I think that's great, but made the comment like, no, I'm not gonna like Big Bad Wolf does not hide behind this. Like he goes out there and he huffs and puffs and blows some stuff down, which I'm on board with. And he buys other things like he just won't spend on that. And
agree
from that. So just like sorry, continue.
I like the way he looks normally, which is why I don't think I would change the costume. But what I really like is that they don't just add a new skin to them, but new animations as well.
Oh yeah? I don't think I've noticed.
This Big Bad Wolf, the normal Big Bad Wolf, when you do in sheep's clothing, he gets in a basket, like puts a cover on or something, runs towards you, and then lunges out. The other costume, he'll like do a grandma's finger, like saying, "Come here." And then
oh yeah, it's cool.
That's cool.
I haven't gotten to see the other costumes, see what they do different, but I know he does that different, which I really like.
That I am on board with.
That's cool. That's not lazy coding.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I concur. Mm-hmm. Just like Sergi said, the Sorcerer's Trial is incoming. You get more gold. They added more gear to the Grand Campaign pack. So those are, like I said, some up and down adjustments, some things we don't quite know about. And we'll find out. The game is ever changing. Those are a lot of things to change in the last week, frankly. So we'll keep an eye on it and let you know what's good or not, or have me not figure out what auto-equipping required characters need. The last news, Club Conquest happened, and for most people, myself included, it actually worked. It didn't freeze the game. And I enjoyed doing it, and this was the first time you guys explained it last time, so I knew what the heck I was doing. And it went well. Sir G, how was yours? Since you're not in our guild club.
Right. Aren't you guys in a new club now?
We did. Yes. We went to Daffy's Dark Side.
Did you make the decision together, or
no?
No.
It was one of those. That morning I was going to go, because I did in Star Wars. Like, you know what? I'm going to go check out the other guilds and kind of let people know on the show what that process is like. And then I just got too lazy and was going to join the other one. And then literally earlier that day, Sarah had joined that one too.
Yeah. I was okay.
I just follow her. Lost without them being there.
Ours was good. It was probably the closest I've been a part of. So my guild has a lot of beta players, I believe. And or at least heavy whales. So the competitors are way out of my league. Like I can do okay versus the 1500, 1300 power team. Then someone else has to take the 2.5k or 2.1k. But it was down to the very end of the second day. As let's see, one group kind of just set out. We took over them, but then we were red. The other was blue. And we were trying to cut them off. They were trying to cut blue. No. Their name was Fastpass Fighters, which I liked that name.
That is a good one.
Yeah. So it was close to the end. Like when we won, we only had 14 towers.
How many did we have?
We won by quite a bit. Yeah. And there were times where we had quite a bit more than 14. Fastpass Fighters, great name. Sorry, Darth Stevel. Daffy's Dark Side.
Not a great
name. No. I get it. We're gonna go he was a little, knows that it's not a Disney thing, and that's why it's kind of humorous a little bit. I think you gotta, one, explain it, and two, my bigger problem is there are so many good Disney things that you could come up with that it just feels a little wasted. So I really like the club so far the last couple days, but I'm gonna call Darth Stevel out and say I don't like our name. I just don't like it.
It's a good name in any other game. But with such a
right?
rich,
even in
history.
Star Wars one, I would be more on board with it because this is close enough for people are like, you just know that's not in Disney, right? But they're like, well, then you have to explain it. And if you have to explain it, Fastpass Fighters, you don't have to explain that.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I'm just giving him a hard time. I mean, that's really how I feel, but I'm also just
giving him a hard time.
I still joined anyway. So that was good. I enjoyed doing that, getting them set up. I just did all my battles right away because I was like, I don't want to forget. And looked really important early on and then couldn't do anything later. It was good. Sarah, I'm afraid I've been thinking.
A dangerous pastime.
I know. Welcome to our I'm Afraid I've Been Thinking segment where we give you our thoughts on how you can improve in the game from the very basics of how RPG mechanics work to the deepest theory crafting ideas. Today, let's discuss your defense versus your offense team in tournament. Are they the same? Like you just pick what you think is your best? If they are, should they be different? And like what people should look for between the two. Sarah, why don't you start?
So right now, mine are the same. I am thinking, though, that eventually I will want them to be different. Because I think that, as is the case in any game like this, you are going to have teams that hold better on defense and teams that climb really well but don't hold well on defense. So right now it's the same only because I have like a limited amount of characters and because the gold crunch is so real and the gear crunch is kind of real. I don't want to invest too wide too quickly. If that makes sense.
Yep. For sure. And do you like same spells and everything?
Right now. Maybe I'll change my spells.
Cool. Sarah, what are you looking for in a defense team? Just in general, tell the folks like on an offense versus a defense team, if you were to set them different, like what do you think people should do defense versus setting them on offense?
Ooh. I think the biggest thing, and I'm still noticing this, is learning about character placement because I can still tell when people know about character placement versus not knowing. So I think that would be the first step. I think I personally always like to have a healer and a tank in my teams. Usually as far away from each other as possible so that my healer doesn't get accidentally knocked out and on opposite lines. I'm trying to think what else I would want on defense. Let me brainstorm.
You're good. Sir G, how about you? Are yours the same? Are yours different? What should people look for in setting the two?
Yes. So for defense, you want to throw stuff that you don't need to be able to play well for it. So that's one of the reasons why Kingdom does so well, is because Shan Yu opening defensive downs, Aladdin speed downs. It's really good, hard to mess up the order of attacks for those people. Whereas, some of the spells that have to be timed well or target an ally, those are never good options. Like, I've really liked using Peter Pan's Shadow with my Dr. Facilier. But that
got it. Interesting.
It's really cool. It's a really cool mechanic because your Shadow summon will have the same passives. So I get twice the healing whenever a unit dies.
Ah, got it. Yeah.
And then every opponent tries to knock out my Dr. Facilier so that he can't heal the team. But then when I've got 2, by killing one of them, you've healed the other Facilier some now. It's really cool. I like it. But you do that on auto, like I've tried to see how the AI will predict, and it'll pick Simba or any of the other random people.
Right.
I would say Thunder Mountain Boom is a great defensive spell to use, especially if you upgrade it to where it has the stun.
The stun totally changes it. It makes it way better.
Yes.
A great second tier one.
Because the computer can't get that wrong. It works great. Let's see, for my defense, I don't think my defense is very good, but I try to space it out to where the flanking attacks, they've got to pick their poison. You know, like before, like you don't want to have all your fast characters on one row, or have your tank on the front with your weak characters in the front along with it, because then you'll get killed from the flanking stuff. So it's tough.
Yeah.
Now on offense,
which is good. That's the fun stuff to.
Right. On offense, you can predict the AI better. So on offense, I stick my tank in the back. The AI always targets the front with their flanking because they are trying to hit the most of your people, I guess. So anytime that my Simba gets slowed, he doesn't take a turn the entire match. So now if I put Simba in the back, he'll actually get a chance to taunt, which will then stall and give me some opportunity to kill my opponents. So that's some of the thinking that I go through. My whole strategy is downtown villains with Simba. I haven't thought about using the other characters. But I'm working on Kingdom with Shan Yu. Because I think they're bugged. Either way, though.
Yeah.
They're OP.
You gotta use them. You gotta use the bug to your advantage.
Yeah. If no one's going to fix it.
Just be one with the meta. Come to the dark side.
I hate it.
Yeah, I think Sergi hit on a lot of the points there. If things require timing or to get on certain characters, that means they're not great on defense. So lots of times I'll run like he's Dr. Facilier and Bo Peep with Simba because they can keep putting taunts back on Simba as well as getting some heals and defense up. Defense up on Simba is ridiculous. But on defense, when they do it, they don't ever give it to him. Like they'll give it to someone else and it just doesn't work out. Whereas this is like you get a time when you put defense on it. Stuff like that. So those are the things you want to look for. Or on offense, you can also just go full heavy hitting characters and just right out the gate knock out 2 people or 1 even. And then it's a 5-on-4 and you're much more likely to win. Whereas on defense, those same offense characters, if they spread out their attacks because the AI doesn't know what they're doing, then you don't get that same advantage, and then they don't have a tank, and then on offense you can kill them easy because they're easy to pick off when they've already gone through their heavy hits up front. And if you took those first blows and you're still surviving, or even better, got to your spell a lot faster than they did, you can really take them apart. So I think in general, those are a couple of the things to watch out for. Sometimes on defense, double tanks can be nice, or 2 taunts that can actually are good to taunt can be good, because then they have to bounce back and forth, especially if you can heal between the 2. Whereas on offense, you might not need the 2 of them to do it. So those are a couple of the things to bounce off what you guys said as far as getting those set up. And the other thing is you can just be lazy, and your best team on offense is probably pretty darn close to being your best team on defense too.
Yeah.
So,
and also if you're trying to build, speed is everything. Since there's no mods or anything to alter turn order, speed is like there's one brutal PvP match I did where he just took 5 of the fastest characters in the game, and everybody died except for my Simba before I took a single turn.
And then Simba's just gonna take some beatings for a long time when you want him to die.
Stupid.
I've been there too. It's like, let me retreat from the battle. Simba, you're too good. You're too good on defense and too terrible on offense in this situation. And you can't even tank or heal yourself. So
right. My enjoyment in this game is definitely not in the PvP, the tournament or arena. It's in all the other player versus
other things too. Yeah, I've enjoyed both. But I definitely enjoy PvE in this game more than Galaxy of Heroes, or at least initially. That brings us to the computer-defined dancing segment. Since many of you are new to this style of game, for the first several podcasts, we'll give you everything you need to know, from why crit chance is important to what the heck PvP means. Player versus player. We've said it a lot versus so far. But see, like Sarah, you're going to be the computer.
Yes.
This is stuff I all learned today. So
yes.
Maybe you read some of our stuff as well. But I'm going to give you some concepts in the game. Tell me why they're important. Computer, define club rewards and how they work. Like what's involved with them.
Okay, so
which ones are
club rewards?
Which ones should you focus on?
So yeah, okay. So club rewards are rewards that you get within your club, obviously. So they are shared, and so basically, I shouldn't say shared. They are the same reward that everyone will get within your club. But in order to get them, everyone needs to do their part and do certain tasks during the day. So it could be, it's a mix of donating gear and doing PvP battles and doing club conquest battles. And basically each one that you do gets added to a tally. And the more you do, the better the rewards you will get with your club each day.
Excellent. Sir G, have any other additional stuff in there?
The activities are not too difficult for you to accomplish just from normal play. Mm-hmm. So I encourage you to try and accomplish them as much as you can. The only one that really is difficult is the arena battles.
Yes.
Because that mode takes forever. Mm-hmm. And that one, to max out, every player has to do 10 wins. Not just attempts.
Not even just play it, but wins.
Right.
Yeah.
So that one is the only one, like, especially if you're a guild leader wanting to be competitive but not wanting to ask too much. 10 wins is brutal. Even 5 is hard.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever gotten 10. I don't think I've ever done 10 in a day, let alone gotten 10 wins.
Yeah.
Like once I get my 10 for the Robin Hood shards, I'm done.
Yep.
So, but every other one though, like the dungeon.
Yeah, that one's.
You just should be easy. And
yeah.
The donate.
And you should do anyway because you get good club rewards from that as well.
Yeah, and you just watch the ad to get an extra attempt, and you're laughing.
Yeah, and the donate, just donate, really easy mote. Like what I've seen a couple guilds do, the one I'm in too, which I really like. Pick the same piece of gear and have the entire guild just cycle that gear from one player to the next.
Right.
So pick one of the easiest tier 1, hardly ever used motes. Like there's the shell mote, the seed mote. Pick one of those, and let's say you have 10 of it. You donate 5, and then you request 5. You're at the same at the end of the day, but now everybody's maxed out that activity. Yeah.
Yep, and that's actually why I brought that up, because the donation one in particular is super easy to do if your guild is coordinated, and just what Sir G is saying is what you should set up on, because you can just give them back and forth, and then you don't just get a little club rewards from that. You get like, because I thought they weren't cumulative. You just got whatever the highest tier is, but you get all of the ones up to it. So you get 500, 750, 1,000, 1,500, and then if you get the last one, you get 2,500, and you add all those together, you get a ton of gear or shards from that. I mean, that makes a huge difference. So the easiest one by far is the donations, because you can just do exactly what Sir G said there. And it also gives you the most. Like I would be surprised if they wouldn't change those around someday. to make it so that the donation isn't quite so overpowered or gets you so many things. But
yeah,
I have been shown the light on that, and other people should as well. So within your guild, do those lower tier, give them, and then everyone else gives them back. And if you see what they're doing, then you know what's going on, and all is well. That's a great way to help everyone out. It also takes 2 seconds to give 5, and then you're done for the day. So it does not take long.
Yeah, and
to get them done.
I like this part of the game because it encourages you to actually interact with your guild, and not in kind of in a trivial way, but you care about it because of all the currency you get. Like, you're not asking a lot of your guild mate.
Correct. Yeah. Right. Yep. I agree.
I like it.
All right. That brings us to the Can You Feel the Love Tonight segment. Right now, we're on the honeymoon phase of the game, but trust me, it won't last forever. And a lot of these types of shows and stuff devolve into complaining, but we don't like to do that. We like to have a positive show. So we like to talk about things we enjoyed over the past week or two in Sorcerer's Arena. Sergi, what's been good?
What has been good? I beat tier 3 and 4 of the Tower of Endurance.
Good work. Excellent. Congratulations.
Thank you. So now my goal in game is to get through Tower 5.
Holy.
Which I believe I can do after just some more gearing and unlock of a couple characters.
You do? Tell me about that, because I don't think I'm remotely close. Those stupid mythical ones. Oh, I got none of them.
Now, mythical. Okay, here's my plan.
Fill me in, because I need it.
So looking at the mythical roster, very few characters, but Sally seems fantastic, and so does Merlin. Merlin is a maybe, but I'm going to get Merlin unlocked and test him out some. But Sally, I'm working on a tier list myself. It'll take another week or two before I actually produce anything.
Yeah, get on that. I've been hearing of the Sergi, the Surge list that...
Yeah.
Snippety snappity, sir.
It'll still be some time, but Sally's fantastic.
Fine.
I've got 2 weeks left of school, and then the semester I'll be in the summer. It'll help. So Sally has a 2-turn cooldown on a damaging AoE that does blind for 1 turn.
Blind is great in this game.
Blind is wonderful. So if you've ever fought a pesky Dumbo spell, imagine that, but Sally does it every other turn. So she looks great. She also has a sleep move, which is similar to stun. You just can't touch them again. But if you target whoever's going to go next on the enemy team, then you make it just like a stun. And she heals herself a little bit. And then her basic does a continuous damage, guaranteed. So she works well with Scar in the tower with wilds. So I like her a lot. With her, you can do the RNG prediction of, if I just try this enough, I can do AoE blind and make everybody miss on their first attack. Now, Merlin is the other mythical that I think I'm going to work on, because his special, he's got the tactics that you see as a buff, but hardly anybody has it. It guarantees your chance effects to happen. The 10% would become 100%. But also, if you upgrade his special, then he has a 2-turn cooldown, again, every other turn, move that cleanses 1 harmful effect from all teammates and reduces the cooldown of a target teammate. So I'm going to use that with Simba so that Simba can put offense down and reduce turn meter constantly. Or, you could even use that with Sally and have every single turn be a AoE blind.
Yeah. That would so how come in there they call it reduced cooldowns, which makes the most sense to me because of where we're coming from. But all the other times they're like increased magic. That's the same thing, right?
Yes. So I heard that Merlin is from beta back when it was, instead of turn-based, it was apparently live battles. Like instead of magic being bars, it was I don't know, I guess like a turn meter from magic, something like that. So he has a unique that says gain 10% magic when what it actually does is 1 bar, but it's from back when the game was 3v3 and just did things differently. So, yeah, his passive is on turn start, 15% chance to increase your magic by 10%.
Right. Which
doesn't make any sense.
Well, yeah.
Or maybe you get 10% of 1 magic, so you need 10 turns of it to.
But no, it translates to just 1 bar.
Yeah.
Got it.
They might want to clean up all that, make it consistent.
Yeah.
And that one part of the help section we found already too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lots of discoveries this show. Lots of discoveries.
Man, we're learning.
But now the bummer is, if I work really hard and get perfect RNG to beat Tower of Endurance, it does. I'll have completed the final tower, but then I have to do it again every day.
Unless you pay $10.
I know.
That's talk about an incentive.
I know. That would be one thing that makes me actually consider getting the VIP.
It is.
Unless I
hear you.
Unless I can get good enough to where it's easy to go through this, which I don't.
Right, you just hit it on auto. But even then, that's 10 battles of annoyingness.
Yeah, that's a long time each day.
It is.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna spend money, the VIP is a good crystals and like a good value in the game for sure. But it just for quality of life. I can't imagine, trying to go through that every day, especially if you're borderline. Some days do it for fun. Great. But lots of days you just went them sweet, sweet rewards.
Yeah.
Great point. Sarah.
Yeah.
What have you felt the love about?
I am not as far along in the towers as you guys, but I am on Tower 3 still.
Excellent.
Which is fine. I think what I am enjoying right now with the towers is that I can actually see how well my roster is improving basically every day, because I'm getting a little bit further before I have to hit the reset button. So that's kind of cool. And PvP was cool. I got up to silver something.
Good work.
I basically just did it just so I could bump into the next tier because I wanted to.
Doing it because you want to is a good reason in this game.
I know. It was kind of refreshing. I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep doing this.
Right. If you don't do it, it's not the end of the world, but getting more.
I still get my.
Robin Hood is nice.
I still get my, I'll do my dailies and get everything done that needs to be done. And then if I have extra time, I just go and do my PvP if I want to.
Are you still doing all the videos every day?
No, I can't.
Yeah, I've definitely fallen off that as well.
I'll do them to get the extra club. I do them to speed up my tournament cooldown so that I can attack again. I basically do them just for whatever makes the game convenient. I'll do them to get more energy and to have energy regenerate quicker for the next half hour, however long it is.
You do that one? That one doesn't seem valuable to me.
I'm like, you know what? For 30 seconds? Sure. Whatevs.
How much energy does it gain, though? Because it's only 30 minutes.
It's 30 minutes. Let me.
So you get 5 energy.
I can't even remember.
Because it refreshes every 6 minutes.
I can't remember what it is.
Did you guys take advantage of the 2 times They brought back the 2 times rewards for the game Tapjoy stuff.
I didn't do any of them. I thought brought that up. A really good one was they had like a Humble Bundle in there. For those that don't know,
Humble Bundle is amazing.
But you get in this month in particular had like XCOM and some world building Jurassic World and stuff like that. Like, so for $20 you get $200 worth of games and you get $40 worth of crystals. So if you PC game, I opened it as a thing. Maybe I'll do it someday. I can justify it. There looked like there was a fancy chess one. I can say it for my son or something.
Yeah. And
then go from there. But so I didn't do any of the games. Did you guys?
I downloaded you can start the offer, but then you got 2 months to do it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I went through like 5 or 6 games and started the offer.
Cool.
I have
see what you do or not.
But I don't know if I'm going to do them again just because it is such a chore.
It is.
They are a chore.
Like, actually put some good games on there, please. Like, 80% of these games are complete trash.
Complete trash.
I mean, it is painful. One of them, this is the worst one by far that I've played. It's called Landing Animals.
Oh, dear.
Sounds pretty self-explanatory. But...
No, animals aren't landing anywhere.
Oh, okay.
See, when
sounds
you
like
said
pilot wings with animals, yeah.
Oh, see, to me, I immediately thought like animals in like space and little astronaut suits.
That's cool.
Cool.
Yeah, our minds went different places. I'm thinking they got like gliders and you're trying to hit a target.
No,
I'm like, they're in space.
It's nothing interesting. It's nothing cool. It is. You have little platforms and a little like pen of a farm, and you take 2 animals that are level 1, you merge them to make a level 2. Then you got to take 2 level 2s and merge them into a level 3.
So it's a merge game.
It is a merge game, but that's the entire game. Like, there's no levels. It is just this one little group of platforms, and you're trying to spend gold to buy level 1 animals to merge together to make a greater animal. Because the animals over time generate gold to spend to buy more animals. So the entire game is just sitting there waiting for gold to collect.
Do you run out of platform?
You do run out of platforms. And then you just crash.
That's when they try to get you to spend money.
Oh.
No?
Well, that's sad.
I don't know how they make you spend money.
I feel like that's a problem for their business model.
I know there's a ton of ads. Like, when you log back into the game, if you watch an ad, you'll get double the gold that you've collected since you last logged in. But so that just encourages me to ignore it for a week, watch 1 ad, and it'll double that instead of making me watch 7 ads by logging in once a day.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You will get double the gold
from the time you've spent offline for watching an ad. But that's the only ad I watch because I refuse to give them any more revenue. And it's only for 600 gems. It's not worth it. Yeah. I don't know why I'm doing it.
Don't do it. Give it up. Although now you might be far enough in that you're like, oh, I got it too.
That's what I thought. But you have to get to level 22. I beat the Klondike game.
How do you get to level 22 if there are no levels?
Your player level.
He means like, He means there are no.
Yeah. It's stupid. It's so stupid.
I don't like that.
Yeah, that's I thought the Star Trek one is time consuming, but probably the best game. Like, I could see myself enjoying that as a world builder. I'm never going back to it, and Merge Dragons was terrible, but I was able to get through it. Like, that one per time spent crystals returned was worth it, I would say. So those were a couple. I played a board game one. That was that was trash.
Board Game Kings?
The emoji one wasn't too bad because if you just sit there and
you can pound through that one.
Through it super fast.
And it's Disney, so like it at least makes sense relative to landing animals or whatever the heck you were talking about.
I thought that one was terrible because that was the first one I did.
And then in retrospect,
holy
moly,
that was one of the best ones you can do.
It was just downhill from there.
Yes.
But yeah, wait till on what Sergio is saying for that game. Definitely wait until the double gems come up. They've already come up like 3 times in a month and a half.
Yeah.
So don't be wasting your time until you got them in double. And then again, you can. So like I have a couple open for like the NBA and the NFL store because I'll buy something from there once or twice a year when something goes on sale that I like. So if I can also get 4,000 crystals while I buy something I was going to buy anyway, great.
It's a good point.
And it'll be open for 2 months, like you said. And if I don't use it, who cares? And then for me, mine were exactly what Sergi said. I also beat the 3rd and 4th tower. Dr. Facilier and Simba were the 2 all-stars for me.
I beat it the same day as you. Like I saw your post.
Did you?
And I was like, oh, I just did it. Oh.
Oh, wait. So now you're going to say you did it first?
I did it first, Faye. I can't.
No, I mean, there's real evidence that I did it, but whatever. No, that was, and I beat the 4th tower on my first try. And that was fun. Like it was an exciting challenge, and you got big stuff from it right away, too. So, and then I got 2 of the tiers and the challenges. I got the last 2 at 3 stars. So I enjoyed beating those and just getting lucky with RNG for that. So those were fun. That'll happen one day. Those were good stuff. On to Merlin's Tower, where we answer any questions you may have about the show. So join us on our Discord server. Link in the description of the episode below to have us answer those questions on the show. Jimbo wants to know, between Shan Yu, Mickey, and Aladdin, who would you take to gear 6 first once you get to level 50? Who did first? Sergi, who would you do first?
Good question.
It is, because a lot of people have those, and they work well together.
I think Mickey's fantastic. I think Aladdin is there more for his debuffs, like his reliability.
That slow is super good when everyone else is going so fast.
Right, and his evade. So I don't know that he needs it. Shan Yu is big on damage, which is what a lot of the gearing helps with. So Shan Yu is an option. My bet would be Mickey, just because I really like his AoE. And his special is also powerful as well. Plus he assists, so you might get more actual benefit from him taking turns or him assisting other people's turns.
Mm-hmm.
So Mickey's my bet, but I don't think you could go wrong with him or Shan Yu.
Yeah.
Sarah, any additional thoughts?
My immediate gut reaction was Shan Yu, only because I always will work on a leader first.
Mm-hmm.
Good point. Good point.
That's just like my mentality. But then I would do Mickey before I do Aladdin. Mickey's fun.
Yes.
I mean, Aladdin's fun too, but
I just got Mickey to 2-star today. Yeah. Just by it happened in in the daily reward thing or whatever. I would go with Shan Yu. I think, like you said there, I totally agree with what Sergi was talking about. I do think that offense does make Shan Yu just a total wrecking ball with stuff in there, and having him for a leader is great. I also think it depends on what you're doing with your tickets and stuff. So if you're not gonna get Shan Yu up to 5, 6, 7 star with the tournament rewards, and you're farming Mickey, then I would stay with Mickey to do it. You know what I mean? Like, it's Shan Yu at tier 6 probably isn't as powerful until you get him up in stars as well. So whatever one you're focusing on, do it of the two. But if you're going to farm Merlin in Sorcerer's Tower, then I think you should gear up Mickey first, because you'll get to him a higher power before Shan Yu is. Again, it's kind of the focus mentality of these games. It's better to have one very powerful character than two semi-powerful characters, generally, most of the time. Now, if you need to spread it out for events and stuff, that's totally different. But if we're talking pure, I want one good team.
Yeah.
Those are the things to kind of look for. So, great question. I think a lot of people are doing those three for different reasons, and I think all of them are good choices as well. But yeah, that was a good point Sergi brought up about Aladdin too. Like, his real powerful, he does hit hard, but his powerful stuff comes from his debuffs and not being able to get hit and stuff like that. So, which don't need, point is, you don't need to have gear for those things per se. Last but not least, let's head to Li Shang's training ground to talk about who and what we're currently training in the game, because somehow I'll make a sorcerer out of you. Celiac Sarah.
Me?
What are you farming? Give me the rundown.
Farming. Okay.
Training.
I am working on Mickey in Grand Campaign. I just switched to him because I just got Aladdin to 6 stars.
Nice. 6. Good.
6. So I've decided I should probably cool it on him and do something else. And then in Heroes, I am farming Demona or training.
Yeah.
And
Sergi had her rolling.
And apparently Big Bad Wolf, supposedly. I guess I have to. And then in villains,
I was gonna say, where does this supposedly come from? From other people telling you should?
Well, I looked at my downtown villain roster and went, that doesn't look very good. So he is now on the list. And then in villains, I have Jasmine and Aladdin and Buzz. Yes.
Buzz.
Just because he's there.
No, he's a great choice, because you need heroes for like 3 of these events, and you need them for the Toy Story one in particular. So
So he is getting done. And then in the store, in the exchange, I don't really know where to focus with my tournament exchange. So I've just kind of been hoarding them.
Never a bad idea.
Yep, once you know for sure. That I thought you were gonna say, so I've just been buying random ones here and there. Like, come on, Sarah, we've been doing this for too long. Don't do that. But wise answer.
Gear. There isn't even any gear in here. Okay.
Let's buy one of everything as they move along. So everyone's at 15 out of a
here and there.
25.
You know. I don't know where I want to focus. I have Shan Yu. What's he at? I don't know. Where is he? He's 4 stars. And so I'm using him right now anyway. So maybe I should focus on him, but I kind of don't want to. I'm kind of over him, and I'm kind of not happy that I feel forced to focus on him.
He's the worst, but you have to.
Like, see, I feel very forced.
I'm switching to him now.
I hear you.
It pains me.
Like, yeah. Oh. Anyway, that's what I'm farming.
Excellent. Sergi, who are you? Training. Training.
Let's see. My Dr. Facilier is getting my Grand Campaign. So he's almost 6 star.
Ooh.
It's okay.
What node is he on?
Couple things.
Yeah, he's pretty far up there for Grand Campaign.
Yeah, I don't see him. Oh, there he is. Oh, that's far away.
Yeah.
I don't have time for that.
So I'm farming him. I got enough of the exchange for more due, but nice. I have not unlocked him because I don't have the gold to gear him or level him up.
Because of all those gear pieces you're buying.
Yeah. It really is a huge chunk of my money, but it's worth it. It's worth it. And then I'm getting Merlin tokens, trying to get him to 50. After I get Merlin to 50, I'll switch back and do Shan Yu until.
Will you let me know if he's good enough to make that last tower?
I will.
Thanks.
Then,
that's why you're on the show, right?
That's right. Oh. I am using the club currency to get Demona. I was doing Mickey, got him to 5-star. Now I'm going to pause that. No, I should. Okay, Demona and Mickey will be my next two.
Sometimes we work it out on the show what we're doing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. My goal is to get characters to 7-star. A 7-star trumps any 5-star that's part of the roster.
True.
Yep. It's a huge difference.
So my long-term goal is going to be a Shan Yu, Mickey, Dr. Facilier, Big Bad Wolf, and I think Demona 5th.
What a wild card 5th there.
Yeah, just because she's another club currency character. I've already upgraded all her specials. She does good damage. She just gets destroyed by speed down and everything, as does everybody.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But I think I can fit her in as a 5th and be okay.
Cool. Excellent. And I am I'm not sure quite with villains yet. I really want to do Jack Skellington because it's just cool. And he does kind of go with Sally. He doesn't seem very good though. That bums me out.
No, he doesn't.
So I've just been doing the downtown villains for now. I wish his little pumpkin head thing gave more than 10% defense. I wish he gave like 30 or something like that. That would immediately make him very useful with Simba. But alas, it doesn't. We'll see. And then in the villain battles, doing Aladdin, Sally, and Buzz for all the reasons that Sir G said with Sally. And then you need the heroes for a lot of the events. So I'm trying to get them to work on them to 5-star, etc. Grand campaign. I just switched to Buzz after getting Facilier to 5-star and a couple of the downtown other villains up higher, so I can get him more ready for a Toy Story event. And then Club Exchange, I went back to Jack. So
good.
He's pretty. Great. He's pretty close to 6-star now. How far are you, Jack?
Oh.
And I also got him to gear 5. And then today I got to level 45. And I told myself I would never do this because it's too many gammas. Mm-hmm. But I just love Charm so much. And the last one you beat, so essentially I beat Grand Campaign today. Level 45, it's not hard once you're there. And got to the last chest. And when you open it up, they give you 20 gammas, that's what's in the last chest. And I had 30, and I just thought it was fate. So I did his, even though it took 50, I did his charm adjacent enemies 50%.
You did all of Grand Campaign?
Other charm. I did all the Grand Campaign.
That's a lot.
New goal.
I have a new goal.
Can we?
Gotta be better than you.
Did you beat me to this one? That you'll say next show. You'll say, "Oh yeah, no, I'm just." It wasn't. They weren't difficult. I did 95% of them on auto. I didn't lose any of them. I got a 1-star on one of them. The hardest one was Queen of Hearts one, but I was still able to do it. But anyway, the 20 gammas under there, I was like, no, I'm doing it. So I'm all in on Jack and Shan Yu in 2 days. He's at 73 out of 85. I'll have him to 6-star. And That's it. Those are the ones I'm working on. Oh, and I have decided to spend on Splash Mountain.
You did.
Because I feel like it's going to be a while before I beat the last one for the Blue Fairy Magic one. But according to Sir G, he thinks he's going to like beat it in a minute here. So now I'm worried I spent all these. No, I'm just messing.
It'll probably not be done by next show, but I think within a month I'll have it beat.
I was more leery. We'll see. Hopefully those mythical ones. That's why I need you to tell me about Merlin. Why haven't you told me already? All right. Any other comments or thoughts, or is anyone really diving hard for Ian and Barley in 3 hours and 1 minute? And the Manticore? Just more of a come what may.
Yeah. I'm gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what. So I like that they're good tunes, but you're not missing out if you don't.
No.
Like you just kind of add, they're an additional bonus to your day versus I feel bummed out that's the one thing I really wanted. That's how I see it anyway.
Yeah.
But thanks for joining us this week and everyone on the live stream as well. We appreciate it. That'll do it. Until next time, Jeannie, you're free.